Oh snap! Photoshop! Photoshop tips! Tips and tricks. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hi guys. Hello and welcome. So yes, today is officially the first of many to come Tutorial Tuesdays. They will be short, you know, about an hour, 2-hour little stuff. Today we're gonna go over Photoshop tips. These are gonna be very basic beginner stuff, at least for me, stuff that I learned a long time ago, but a lot of people have been asking me questions about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then afterwards, since it'll be kind of quick, and stuff that I'll be retouching on myself too, so I might learn a little bit. Hey Crimson, what's up? Maju, Damashki, hello. To anyone who'll be hearing this on YouTube later, this is live recorded, so I'll be talking to my chat frequently. It's pretty lax and chill, nothing super special, and I'll be reteaching myself lots of stuff in the process. So we'll go ahead and go over as much as I can for what I can, and if you guys have questions later, feel free to. We're also going to go over some sketch practices later as well. Because a lot of the questions I've been getting lately is A, how did you do XYZ in Photoshop? And B, you know, how did you get so good, Rin? And I'm still thinking, well, I'm practicing and, you know, learning a lot. But, you know, let's see what I can show you guys what I do to try to keep getting myself better every day. So, and hopefully that'll help you guys as well. But, we'll go ahead and get started. It's dark and scary. What? Is it broken? I see it. I see the things. The things, they work for me. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Ren surrounded by shrooms. Yes! All the shrooms. Happy shroom background that I made. Alright, so then. Oops, just changed the info. Currently. Okay, so the first thing is, what do you want to make? What do you want to make? Are you going to be making graphics for the internet? Are you going to want to maybe print this later? A lot of people have that question immediately going, oh, well, I really wanted to print this and now I can't because it says it's like the size of a thumbnail. Like, I don't understand what I did wrong. So I'm going to teach you guys some really quick little stuff about even just making your canvas. We're going to start right off with that, okay? Hi, Everton. Hey, everyone. How's it going? So, your pixels, you can also do by inches. This will tell you how many inches. However, the resolution is going to be your big thing here. Are you going to be doing this for the internet, or are you going to be doing it for print and stuff? Are you not sure? If you're not sure, default to 300 DPI. 300 resolution, or DPI, dots per inch, is standard for printing. You can go higher resolution, that'll make it so that you can go, like, if you do, you know, 800 or whatever kind of DPI you want to do, you could do 1500, stuff like that. Yes, Everton, this will be on YouTube. You could go however crazy you want, but that's basically how many dots the printer or your screen is going to try to put into 1 inch. So the more, basically you're cramming more information into those sections. If you only have 72 dots in an inch, yeah, it's not going to really understand that when your printer tries to put 72 dots in what it thinks is an inch. It's going to confuse it, and it's going to be the size of like an itty bitty thumbnail. So if you ever want to print stuff, at least default to 300 resolution, and then if you're going to save it out to the internet later, you can always change that resolution down to 72. But 72 is great for internet, especially for websites, stuff like that. So if you know you're just making it for that, you don't care if you're going to print it or stuff later, you can always turn it down to 72 DPI. And or you can always export out as save to web later. So basically, my rule of thumb is I'll always do resolution at 300, and then my default canvas size, what I like to do is actually at 4000 by 4000 just for the canvas. You can always change that later too. In inches at 300 DPI, that's, you know, 13 by 13 for whatever reason. It doesn't want to show the inches on that one, but anyway, so oh, it's just confused. Stop it. Stop it. Stop the thing. Oh man, it is super confused. I'm sorry, computer. Oh my goodness. Anyway. So I usually have mine set to 4000 by 4000, and I'll change it if I need, you know, specifics. You can always type in, okay, type in the inches that you need per each, like 8.5 by 11 if you need to be specifically for a page, or if you're trying to do a print on a larger size, like 18 by 24. Always make sure that you're ready for that, and make sure at least default to 300 DPI unless you can do more. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with the regular canvas of 4000 by 4000. So a lot of questions that I get while I'm working is, hey Rin, how did you do that? Like my chibi in the bottom left hand corner that you can see saying, hi, welcome, currently Tutorial Tuesday. I get a lot of questions of asking how I do chibis. So, of course, I'll have, you know, my character sketched out, and she'll be all chilling here, looking cute. We're just drawing really quick here, guys. So, you know, there's my chibi. Yay! And people go, okay, well, how did you color so quickly and easily like that? Hi everyone, Forks, Mo, A10. What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome, welcome. So we've got, actually I had her a little too high up there. So, you know, we've got our quick little chibi here. Yay, she's super cute. Oh my gosh, we're great. Our inking's done. Cool. You know, people go, okay, well, how did you do your coloring so easily? It's kind of strange. I learned this a long time ago, and I'm actually shocked that more people don't know about it. So if you haven't seen or heard about it before, it's really, really nice. But of course, you know, for a simple line art like this, what you'll want to try to do is mask out what you are going to use. So the masking area, we're going to make sure that all of our lines are closed up because that'll make it easier. Because if you have any open areas, the wand tool isn't going to work. So, okay, hair's closed off. Mostly everything's kind of closed off. Some of these areas. Some of it you'll have to go back in and clean up. Like if you have a little bit looser of a line style, that's fine too. Basically, you're just going to be masking an area so that you can close in on this and actually only work on a specific area, right? So, we've got... hit up a new layer. So we're going to select the areas that we want. So we've got the hair here. Okay, it looks like I still got a lot of open stuff. So we've got some of the hair. That's still really open. So is the face. So what we'll do then is we'll just leave it like this. What I'll usually do is I'll hit select, modify, expand by 1 pixel just so it goes into that black line a little bit. And then you're going to want to use the layer just underneath, so make another layer. Control Shift N, by the way, is the hotkey for making a new layer if you did not know. And just so you guys know, learn hotkeys now. Any hotkeys that you possibly can, it's going to make your life easier because you're always going to have one hand on the keyboard and one on your tablet. That's how I work anyway. Everyone else has differences, you know, different ways that they work and how they like stuff. So, you know, work what's comfortable with you, but I found it a lot easier learning hotkeys and just, you know, having my one hand hitting all the hotkeys while my other one's drawing. So, we've got that. We've got our layer now underneath. Here's our line layer, right? So we've got the layer underneath. We're just going to bucket fill it with whatever color we want. Bucket filled. Aha! Okay, so some of the areas are a little chappy. I could, you know, make it better. So we're going to go in and clean this up a little bit and, you know, try to stay in the lines for only that we want for this hair color, right? So we're going to go back. We're going to erase the stuff that accidentally got selected. Just clean it up. And, you know, normally I would spend a lot more time on this and make this a lot nicer. So this is just a really quick touch over tutorial. But, you know, we'll go back and, oh, okay, I missed this area. We'll color this in really quick, or we'll go back in and solidify the line art a little bit more and select it, what have you, clean this up here. Cool. So we'll be like, yeah, okay, this is good. This is good. This is selected well. This is exactly everything that I want. Right? This is the only thing that I want to color. I only want to color this hair. I want to shade just this hair color. That's it. I don't want to touch everything else out here. I don't want, you know, all this out here to be touched. Nothing else. On the layers channel, there's this nice little checkered box right here under lock. You can lock brush, movement, and just fully lock it so you can't do anything to it. But this first one is lock transparent pixels. So basically what that means is anything that is transparent or anything that you have not drawn on is going to be locked. You can't touch it. So anything that you have drawn on is going to be locked. So you lock that in, and then suddenly you can go, okay, I want this as my shade color, and or you know, as like a soft highlight, and there you go. You can smudge all over the place. You can get whatever brushes to do their cool textures and stuff within this area, and that's how it's gonna work. So you lock that, and you're good to go. And then you can do that however you can. Go in and shade it how you want to, and come back out and do some darker. Start working on your shades and making it look cool or whatever, however you want to. Now you see how I've got that white line still kind of in some areas, and you're like, oh dang, I missed that area. How do I do that? Just unlock it again. Unlock it and you can draw outside of it now. Lock it, only inside. So locking layers is very, very, very helpful, okay? I don't know why that's so under-taught, but layer locking is a lifesaver, especially when you're doing stuff like this, when you're doing graphic arts and you want to put textures and stuff on it. So, we've got that. Layer locking, really nice, fantastic, okay? You can do that for your line art too. If you're really looking, you're like, oh, okay, well, I really want my line art to not be black. I want it to like kind of highlight over here. You can actually do highlights just like that. Lock it, make sure your lines are solid. There you go, you can color your line art. Kind of fade it out so it looks nice, and just, you know, make that look however you want to. So, hey, yay, we've got stuff going on. We've got exactly how we want it to look, right? So then, we've got layer locking. Now, keep this in mind too, guys. Layer locking also works with transparencies. So if you've got, you know, your color here, and it's kind of half transparent and you're being really light on your pressure, if you lock that layer and you want to change it to something else, it's going to keep that transparency too. See that? So keep that in mind. If you want it to suddenly be solid, it's not going to change it to solid suddenly. It's going to keep the transparency exactly as it is. So that could be in handy, but sometimes it could also be a hinder. Usually for painting stuff, it's usually not a great idea unless you're going to eventually smudge it all together later, or do stuff. It just depends on how you end up working, and it would be something that I would highly recommend experimenting with if you're going to try, you know, try getting some textures and blends of stuff going on. So, and that's just kind of how that works, okay? So, layer locking, cool stuff, right? Like I said, you can get other textures and stuff in here. Hey, look, plants. Yay. So, our next tip is, Rin. How do you make those cool brushes? Well, actually, I don't make them. But if you were ever looking into making a brush, like you make this really cool design, or you have this really cool texture, like you find a really cool kind of crumpled texture online or something like that, or you find some cool splotches that you end up just scribbling and making some cool stuff in here. Oops, I'm on the background layer. You can actually make your own. It's a little weird, but basically what you'll want to do is you'll want to do a small, you can do 4000 by 4000 at 300 dpi. You can make it however you want. Just remember that however you make it is also the max size that your brush is going to be able to go. So, hi VR. Pudge, yeah, if you want to do that. Forks, Solienta, hello guys, hello and welcome. If you guys have any questions, do hit me up. I'm just going to try to go over my initial stuff right now, and then I'll have questions at the end, okay? So, where was it? Alright, so making your own textures. So, let's say I've got, you know, here's my brush that I want. I want it to look like this. I'll teach you guys how to do that flip too. So here's my cool thing that I want to turn into a brush, right? So we're gonna kind of crop this thing out, and this is gonna be my brush. I might have to reteach myself this a little bit. It's a little different. I don't do it often, and sorry if I go a little slow on this tutorial exactly, but it is handy. I had to do it for another project where I just made a flat square brush. See here. So most of them are pretty easy. Like if you really just don't want to make your own, you can find them online. A lot of people usually make them and then post them. I've done that myself. But basically what you'll want to do is make sure that your color is already set to black, because this is going to be like your transparency. I have it in blue on accident. Let's redo that. So put this all in black. Make sure it's in black, whatever it is that you want. Got your weird texture thing going on, right? So what you're gonna do next is literally just define the brush set. It's kind of weird, but let's see here. It should be under, I think it's under Edit, Define Brush Preset. And that's pretty much it. You just push it into a box, you tell it what size you want it to be, and make the brush like that. Ta-da! Guess what? I've got my crazy little hatch crossing patch thing now, so I can hit, whoops, not a layer, but do my new 4000 by 4000. Hey, look. And it's also going to be in your brushes now, too. Kind of weird, but it comes in handy when you're trying to make something. So, and it can actually come into, like, look at that. And then you can start refining that brush set by, my stuff isn't here anymore. Go away. There we go. You can start doing the dynamics with it, right? Actually make another new one, because I did that on the background layer, but you can do scattering, and you can change this however you want. Like it'll do, woo, look at it go. Dual brushes, transfer, noise. Look at this thing. It's crazy now, but it makes some cool like ooh, look at that. Look at what I just made in like 5 seconds there. Bam, done. And then you can do this in any color, and it'll automatically pick it up. Like I said, just make sure that the initial texture that you make, you turn it into a grayscale of some sorts, either black, black and white, whatever. It just keep it to black and white. Don't keep it in color, because it's gonna really confuse your stuff later. Although maybe it'd be a cool experiment to kind of play with. But yeah, if you guys really want to make your own brushes, there's a really simple tutorial of that one. Literally just define new brush set. Like I said, you can go and you can start saving these presets later. For however you want it to be, so that the brush always functions like that, or you can make several versions of it and save out those presets. But I mean, there you go. You can start making, like, look at, it's already kind of coming together, and I just sketched that out really fast. So sometimes it's nice, especially if you're looking for something kind of funky or different to throw up on there. You know, I did this of a rice texture just to get something funky in there, and that's eventually what I made. I could do the scattering and other stuff, make it a little different in here, but you know, pretty simple. The other thing I'm going to teach you guys really quickly, now that we have our brush presets down, so that's all it is edit, define brush preset. You could also do this with patterns, so that you, when you define the pattern, you can fill it, which is Control 5. Oh, Shift F5, okay. Shift F5 is fill pattern, which I have my mushroom ones in there, and hey look, now it's got my mushroom background. really nice, you know? So define patterns and define brushes is really nice, something that you guys will definitely want to play with. The other thing is checking your guys's drawings. So I'm gonna pull up one of my other drawings here, right? We're gonna do Riven, because that's the last thing I worked on, right? So here's Riven. Well, on Riven, I want to be able to check and make sure that my proportions are right? So, okay, cool. Oh, wait, Rin, how did you do that right away? Photoshop doesn't have a flip tool. Well, it does, but you have to go on an image and, or edit, rotate, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's all this jazz, and I have it set to an F2 key. These are actually called actions. It's a little weird to set up, and I'm going to have to remember how to do this again, too, because I always forget after I've done it, because I only set it literally just for the F2. But you can set up other things like, we actually set up an instant action for animations so that we could immediately crop stuff out and clean it up just by selecting on the very, very far outside of it and then cropping everything out, so it just automatically did the magic wand tool on the very end over here and blah blah blah. It did everything that we needed it to. It was really nice just for cleaning up a lot of animations. We still had to go back and do that, but you know, that's 200 frames that we could suddenly clean up really quickly just with a action. So what we're gonna do, I'm trying to remember where it's at again. Where are you, actions? Should be I'm trying to remember. I'm looking it up again really quick. See, guys, like, I have to reteach myself stuff, but this is good for me and good for you. You know, just sometimes if you're really confused or you're not sure how something's done, ask me, and I can probably look it up and help you guys find that information, too. So, should be under here. Oh, there it is, actions. Derp. Okay, so here's your actions, right? What you want to do is you want to clear that whole history if you have any. Or just start with a new file. Nah, it's still got all my action stuff. Oh, those are other ones. I'm sorry. Those are other ones. So, those are actions that are already set. Cast shadow, water reflect. Well, here's mine. Here's my flip check that I named, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to do new action. So that's what that is. It's just like a new layer, but this is a new action. Name it what you want. And I'm flip check 2, just because I already have flip check in there, right? Default actions, that's the set you want to put it under. Function key, you'll want to set it to whatever key you want. Like I said, I set mine to F2. We'll set this temporarily to F3. You can also do a shift or control, and then you can color it if you really want to, but you don't have to. Then record. Right? Okay, so now that red button's on and is recording every single action that you do. So be careful and make sure that you're ready to do what you want it to. So we're going to go to image. Image rotation. And then we want to flip the canvas horizontally, right? That's going to flip it horizontally. And that's it. That's all. That's all we want to do. Flip first document. Done. Pause it, and that's it. So now, want to move back to Riven, my F3 key should be set to that. See how it's set? See how it functions? Same exact thing. You can make it do that for anything. Like, we'll do another one, right? I'll delete that one. We're going to call this one upside down. Default actions, we're going to set it again to the F3 because I deleted the old F3 key. Right? Record. We're going to do image. Image rotation. We're going to flip vertically, so that should flip it upside down, right? Stop. Alright, so F3 should flip her upside down. Bada boom! Look at her go. Actions are really cool. You can make it do a lot of stuff, guys. You can literally hit this new one and go, make everything purple. Right? So we're gonna go like Super Lulu mode. We'll make this an F5 key. Make it a Shift F5 key. And what we're gonna do, make it pop in a new layer. So it's gonna make that new layer. Make everything purple. Set foreground to the key. We're gonna set that. We're gonna turn it into an overlay. We're gonna set that overlay to a specific 30%. Right? And you could test this with actual stuff. Just make sure that anything that you've done prior is done. Because anything that you do once this red button is going to duplicate it and remember it. And you need to remember that, guys, okay? Then you can tell it to, okay, so we've got the opacity set to 30%. So set current layer, and then we're going to tell it to save it too. So we're going to file, save as 1211. And as a copy. I actually don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. I just got to make sure that I save a backup. Anytime you're not sure about something too, save a backup. Oh, no. Okay. And we can also delete stuff too. Stop it. Uh-oh. See? This is what I do wrong. Stop it. You're not doing the thing that I want you to do. Uncheck those. Okay, right? So, did my action a little wrong, but I edited some of it. So here goes the magic, guys, right? Oops. I already broke it. Nope, I broke my action. It doesn't get it. Oh, right, it's Shift F5. I'm sorry. Shift F5. Duh. I'm gonna take all those out again. Select previous document. Okay, so it's Shift F5. Could not complete command because the selected area is empty. Might need to make a new layer. Shift F5. Okay, so I still broke something. GG to me on that one. But you can still start playing with stuff that you're able to do with that, so probably should, let's delete that again. Oops, no, delete you. Delete this action too, we don't need that. Create new action. Purple stuff. Okay, so we're gonna make a new layer, color it, make it a multiply, set it down to 33%, and that's it, we're done. Bam. Done. Oops, and I forgot to set it, so... Oh, what did I set it to? See, I'm goofing up all the things. Oh, man. Rin, why do you suck so bad? Is there a way to edit it? That's why I don't do this that often. I'm bad at classes. I guess if you don't set it, you can always just hit the play selection. Selected area is empty. Do I have something selected on accident here? It might also be confused because of... Yeah, it is making the new layer, but it's confused by the fill. I might have had it in the wrong place. Sometimes that happens. You just have to kind of go through and think about what you're doing. It is making the new layer, but it's confused about the fill, so the rest of it is breaking. But, you know, for the most part, I just use it for simple functions. The rest of it I like personally. But when it comes to animations and stuff like that, it is good to know what you can or can't do. You can look up some tutorials online for making more complex actions. But again, I mostly use it just for the flip function. So, like, literally, we'll just delete this one again. there's my F2, just so it's set to flip action. That way you can check your proportions. I highly recommend at least just making that one. You can do whatever else you want with it. I don't really have any other actions set up. I could definitely do that to make some of my life easier, but it's really nice to be able to have those actions just so you can check on that. Let's see here. Anyone else got questions about how I make this stuff or what else that I've got going on that you guys really want to see? Please let me know. So, but those are just real basic commands that I thought were really helpful. Because like I said, we're going to practice some sketching today. And by that, I mean literally we're just going to practice sketching. Like you guys always go, oh, well, how do you make arts? How do you do this? How do you do that? It's just because I practice, guys. This is all I'll do. Sometimes, like, more or less what I really want to do. I want to sit down and just draw more. I have white on accident. You know, like, I'll just sit here and I'll be like, oh, okay, I want a soft brush to be able to sketch with this today, and I know this is one of my soft brushes. So, I'll set it up whatever color. You know, and all I'll do is I'll just sit here and just kind of sketch. I'll be like, okay, here's where I want my nose. Sometimes I'll just sit here and draw faces, even if they're not good faces. It's like, okay, what if I want to just make a new character? What if I want to draw one of my favorite characters? What if I just want to draw Rin? Rin's kind of like my go-to for when I'm bored, or I just need practice, or I'm kind of bummed out about my work. I'll just sit there and draw her for hours and hours and hours. It doesn't have to be anything good. Just flesh it out really quick. And what I'll also do is I'll go online sometimes and I'll just check out stock images. I stock a lot of Tumblrs that I just go and check out. Yeah, lessons are about an hour long. They're not too terribly long, nothing crazy. I just wanted to keep them simple, sweet, and to the point so that everyone can just kind of sit around and enjoy and not have to waste a whole lot of time on this kind of stuff. So, like I said, really basics today. We're just getting started. With tutorials, we'll start getting into more complex and advanced stuff later. I'll even go over some animation stuff if I can too. So, yes, Holly and a Hollyna. I'm not sure how you want to say the name. Just said the first rule to good drawing is look carefully. That's really about it. You just go online and check stuff out. If you're really confused, what I like to do as well when I'm just having a really bad time is I'll look up stock photos and I'll try to draw off of them. Because even something like, okay, first thing I did, DeviantArt, looked it up, stock photos. Here we go. Awesome. This is by Distorted Smile Stock. Awesome. They have this photo here for you guys to use. You have to make sure that you credit them if you're going to use it. But you know, if I'm like, man, I just can't get these backgrounds down right, so I'm going to practice this today. So we're going to do a cool looking sketch steeple kind of place going on, and it's got this really nice shape over here. Try to follow the lines, like it's got this is hard to do with Photoshop sometimes because I actually have to do the line tool and everything, but this stuff is tough because you actually have to start trying to. Oh, Holy Elf Girl, hey, how's it going? I know who you are. Green Baji is asking, I need a tip to a problem on GIMP. I think that the lines are all the time are too fat, and I try to erase too much. If you're looking to erase the rest of the line, like, are you looking to make the eraser bigger so you don't have any leftovers? Or I'm not quite understanding your question either, Baji. I'm sorry. Walnut, love you. Let's see here. Actually, I have stuff I need to sketch out. So I had, oops, pull that back up. There's my folder. So guys, now it's pretty much just sketch time. If you guys want to sit down and sketch with me too, feel free to. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I'll just pick something, like either something that my friends want me to doodle, something that's inspiring me at the moment, an anime I really like, and I'll just sketch. That's it. Look around you. Look at what inspires you. Look at this cute little kitty. Maybe you want to draw the kitty. Let's draw the kitty a little bit. This cute little nosy. And you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be anything good. Just sketch. Have some fun. Figure it out. Go, okay, this kitty has kind of this, I mean, look at the shape of his face. He's got this shape kind of going on. And he's looking up, so we've got kind of this going on. His nose is up a little bit more. I should have started at the nose. So he started with this, and then, you know, his like cute little ears. Look for shapes too. Shapes really, really help, and this could also turn into something else later for you. Yay, coconut. Let's see here. Do you have any tips on making your own anime character? Eevee Girl. Eevee Girl, I kind of do. The tips that I could go over that might actually have to be for a whole nother day, because the tips for that kind of thing is actually quite long. But I do actually have a really good tutorial or informational that I found on Tumblr that I reblogged to. Guys, any extra information that I can find too is going to my art blog, which is RinTheYordle.tumblr.com. It's this place here. I also put all of my art up there, but I found a really, really, really cool couple little things here. There's one for feet, and then below that is about expressive characters, and I thought I had another one about making a good character too, or maybe not. No, it was the SpongeBob one. Okay, so making an anime character, honestly, before you start anywhere, you should really start thinking about some of the stuff it has right here. Here's the link. This one right here, there's the very top, equals silhouettes equals clarity equals storytelling success. Your characters, you're going to want to have a very good storytelling informational to it that its silhouette can tell. Let's put it this way. We've got Asuna from Sword Art Online, right? Let me see if I can get a good picture of her. Now, she's kind of generic, but there's some things that kind of speak up about her that you can tell it's kind of her, for the most part. And that is her hairstyle. A lot of girls have kind of the same body shape, usually. But her hairstyle really speaks volumes, I think, about who she is. So, here's our image of Asuna, right? But here's what we're gonna do. Delete this. Shift I, invert it. New. And then we're gonna black it out. Okay, so more than anything, her frontal, not so very informative, but this is a character detailing, right? So it's not that much of a difference. Look at her side, though. That right there, and her facial structure, plus the way her armor kind of sits on her, and her shoes, really makes her distinguishable. They have bigger kind of shoes. She has obviously her little stuff there. Her cape flows out, so you know that's her. And more importantly, her little ponytail. And you know that's her braid. You know that's her braid and her cute little ponytail that goes into the nice little ponytail in the back. That's very distinguishable. Depending on which way she's forming or which way she's leaping or anything else like that. Her skirt also shows details about her. Her hair shows details about her. Some of it's really generic in the way that it is, but I mean, just look at these shoes. Look at her hair and her body. She's very slender. Most of the characters in Sword Art Online are very kind of slender and younger kids, right? So let's get Kirito in here. Kirito is also kind of generic. But silhouettes are really going to say a lot about your character. I mean, more importantly, we'll just even do something like this. Copy image, right? So this image of Kirito, you're gonna know, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna know it's Kirito without even seeing the details of him, because why? We're gonna black this out here. He's a slender kid with a big coat, and he wields 2 swords. If you compare that to the other characters in the game, in that show, you can't mistake him. Silhouettes speak huge amounts, guys. And that's why if you're going to start off a sketch, if you need to just go into big black blobs just so you can understand what's going on without even getting the details out, do it. Just draw in big blobs. That'll help you, you know, make sense of your drawing at least a little bit beforehand so you can go, okay, he's definitely leaping. You know that he's leaping. No matter what's going on here, you know this is Kirito, from the shaggy hair to the 2 swords going on, and the shape of the swords. You know it's him. That's just how it works. Silhouettes will speak huge amounts. If you can understand who that character is and who they are and what they are just from a silhouette, you're in a pretty good shape. I didn't realize that I did it myself with Rin, but even Rin translates really well. Let's get my chibi Rin in here, right? Here, Rin. Plop in here. I know you want to. There you are. Alright. So we've got little Rin, right? Shift I. Oops. You can tell from the goggles, the tail, and her little booties, also her gloves and stuff like that, you know it's Rin. I've created a character that I didn't realize actually made sense. You know it's Rin from her ears to her goggles to everything else. Those usually speak volumes enough that actually makes her an identifiable character. Make that with any other of the Yordles too and stuff like that. You're gonna know who's who just based off of the silhouettes. Character creation goes really nicely just with that. Oh, I wish I had reblogged the one. It had How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon and Astrid. They were designing her clothes because she's, you know, a pretty decent character, but, you know, I mean, girls in general, just their body shapes are gonna look kind of the same. People have, you know, bodies are the same, and almost, you know, if someone's slender, they might have a different broad shoulder or a different bust size, or maybe their legs are larger or anything else like that, which will define them more. But they're so very small, you're not gonna be able to tell that right away. So clothing will also help tell, and accessories will also help tell who your character is. And they were showing Astrid with different ideas that they were getting from top designers that used fur coating and stuff like that, or fox fur, not actual fox, I mean F-A-U-X, fake fur, and making different coats and designs. They used that idea and did the black and white silhouettes first, and then filled in the detail afterwards. I'll try to see if I can find that again and post that up for you guys. But it's really, really cool. They did like everything in a deep red, and then the upper layers in a lighter red, just so you could draw, they could draw out the details, and then they did color variations. It was really, really cool. I really liked it. It was a perfect example. That's the one I was gonna look for, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, it's called Faux? I thought it was Fox. Faux. Got it. Sorry. My bad. Okay, so sorry, I did not actually know the proper term for that. The proper way to say that, so I'm sorry. Anyway. Poor cat has one eye. So going back really quick, when you guys are bored, just start looking at some of these. Look at the shapes. I love doing this. I really love doing this. I don't think you guys understand how much I love doing this, but sometimes just going and looking at pictures and drawing off of it will really, really help. Like, really, really help. I'm drawing off of this kitty right here, and I'm just looking for shapes right now. So he has kind of the, he's got the shape here. Here, let's copy this image. This is also by PC Stock. Thank you, PC Stock. Whoops, that is not the image that I wanted. What are you doing? Copy image, you rude thing. No! Okay, apparently it doesn't want to copy the kitty. Copy my kitty. Copy image, please? There we go. You know, just even drawing over top of this kitty cat. This cute little kitten. Looking for shapes and stuff like that. I went over this a little bit before. I'll go over it again. But, you know, this is a cat because of the shapes. So, like, here's his head. You've got this kind of area for his jaw. There's his nose. The bridge of his nose is right there. His eyes are very nice and circular undercut. Here. And look, the bridge of the nose actually goes all the way to here. And this right here also crops out like right here. And it's almost perfect. And then you have his perfect little ears here, which almost fit exactly to these rectangles too. Look at this, look at this. I'm already making like connections with all of it. It all seems to make sense, you know what I mean? Look at the connections it's making. This connects to here, this connects to here, here, here. You've got his chest right there. Here's kind of his arm. Start recognizing shapes. Follow stuff that you need to. Like, here's his paw. His neck kind of comes down into here. And look at how his back flows. So his back flows from here on out. Everything kind of has a curve to it. And then his tail is kind of its own entity. So, but I mean, that's how the shapes start working. And then you can start just drawing over this. This makes sense of the cat. You know that this cat and what it's doing. And then you can just start sketching off of this. Start making sense of ideas by silhouetting characters, using shapes and contour to be able to tell what's going on. Doesn't have to follow it exactly, but at least you start getting the idea of, okay, this is kind of how a cat works. So yeah. There you go. That's really my tutorial for today, guys. It was literally just on an hour. If you guys would like to sketch with me for a little bit, just to kind of get warmed up and get critiques, now would be the time. Anytime you guys have critiques and stuff, just let me know. Send it to my email, or message me here, and I will try to critique stuff best that I can. Like I said, I still feel like I'm learning a lot. I still have a lot to teach myself. Nothing that I do is incredibly perfect by any means. But I feel like I'm developing my style pretty well. And I'm starting to make more sense of things now than I was prior. Some of it I'm still a little loosey-goosey all over the place, and sometimes that's fine too. It's okay to kind of be experimenting and going, oh, okay. And as we keep doing these tutorials, I'm going to be able to come up with more stuff that I'll even learn with you guys. I'm going to have to reteach myself some 3D stuff, so hey, let's go over and learn some 3D stuff today. Tutorials might just be where I'm going over and looking at tutorials myself to figure out these new programs and stuff that I've never used before to make 3D animations, 2D animations, and all the likes. So if you guys have questions, comments, anything like that, let me know, okay? But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get some sketching in. I want to do something fun. Those are my tips today too. If you guys have any other tips or stuff that you ask me of, I will try to go over it over next tutorial as well. So, let's go ahead and sketchy. Okay, so I'm getting my references. Today's sketch master, or the sketch model that I have going on for today, is going to be Rammus from League of Legends. So Rammus is kind of a funky guy, right? So I'm gonna let's get a darker color. Let's do green, since I like that he is green, and well, he's kind of a turquoise. Whatever, green works good for him. Let's do a hard brush. So I don't know how I want to make Rammus. How do I want to make Rammus? Let's just have fun. I'm not gonna be super perfect about it. Let's make a Rammus. How do you draw ears? Are you looking for human ears, Everton? Or what kind of ears are you looking for? Okay, draw Rammus. Okay. He's got kind of a P-body shape. Because he's got that really big, like, front lobe. And his shell comes over top of him. He's also got the big spikes. And his arms are super, like, balloony. They're like beanbags. He's such a noodle. He looks like a cactus! Look it! He is a cactus! He's mostly referenced with the cactus. Look at him. Mo, I know you're looking. He's such a cactus. Look at him. Just from his normal, natural self. Alright, so he's naturally curved over like this. And I'm not liking this pose at all. What do I want to do with Rammus? Rammus! How do I make you look, bro? Okay, okay. Let's make him super cool in BA today. So we're gonna be like, he's gonna be slamming that ground. Like I said, guys, it's okay to be sketchy and kind of all over the place until you find what you're looking for a position, a pose. You know, that's okay. Don't worry too much about it right away. Just try to get your general idea down. Find out what you're looking for. Sketchy, sketchy. And this is just kind of how I sketch too, guys. So sketch practices, just doodle all over the place until something comes up. Try to do contours, try to figure out, don't try to draw the details in right away. Don't worry about the details and if your arms and proportions are all off right away. Just try to get the flow and the general idea of what you're going for. Sometimes it takes a while for your mind to kind of settle over an idea. So if you're not feeling it right away, you're like, man, this doesn't feel right, then don't worry about it. Sketching is just meant to kind of loosen you up, get you prepped and ready, and also just kind of get the flow, the motion, the idea of what you're trying to draw. And then once you have that, you can start refining and cleaning up and changing stuff. And bowling master Ramus. He does kind of look like he's bowling a little bit. I don't know. Try to get this perspective pushed a little bit more. So that's what I love about Photoshop too. We can just start pushing stuff. What you'll do for like sketching in real life is you'll just do a lot of little thumbnails, kind of like this first, and then you'll work on your final product once you get the idea out. I like that I can actually go in and keep erasing and changing and erasing and changing and erasing and changing. Make him look cute? No, Ramus is still a badass armadillo. You know what I'm saying? This is not real life, Rin. Yes, it is, Capricorn. In the real world, compared to the computers, Armadillo. Armadillo. Poor Ramus, he needs an update. Have I watched? No, I have not, Unicorn. So, la 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 la, sketchy, 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 sketchy. Get the stuff in. Ideas, ideas, words and phrases. Hi, abort the toast. And hopefully you guys are finding this information useful and something that you can use for later as well. I'm still really bad at spikes. What I should be doing is kind of making an arc for his spikes because he's got like a line of them. Kind of go down this way. And then... You learned a lot? Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, guys, please, if you have questions, stuff that you want to learn from me, any extra information or tutorials that I can go over, I'm going to try to do Tutorial Tuesday every Tuesday. Thanks to the Patreon that I have running, that'll make it a lot easier that I can start making more videos, doing more information, and doing more sketches and stuff like this for people who have donated to help me make this possible so I can do lessons openly for everyone. That way we can, you know, we can go over silly stuff just like sketching or how do you draw an ear, or how do you paint stuff, how do you do this, how do you do that, how do you personally work on stuff. So, oops, I do not have Deepbot open. My apologies. So, this is what's making it possible for me to kind of start helping and teaching and doing a little bit more for you guys. And yeah, so give me hints, give me ideas, let me know what's shaking bacon, what can I do for you guys? Human feet are impossible. No, they aren't, Forks, I promise. And we can go over a foot tutorial day if you would like. So these tutorials help me out too. Like it helps me understand what you guys are looking for, and it reteaches me some stuff that I kind of forget sometimes. You'd like help with hands? Okay, we can go over like specific hands and feet tutorials and stuff like that too. I will totally do that. You have 2 questions, Evie Girl. What app do I use to draw, and are you allowed to sketch characters? Oh, my character for practice. Yeah, the app that I use to draw is Photoshop CS5, Evie Girl. And you are more than welcome to use my characters for sketch practice if you would like. I would love to see them too, by the way. Something about coloring? I can totally do that, Holy Elf. We're just sketching. We're having a good time. We're making a ramus. These spikes are kind of off. He's got his little head plate. Alright, it comes around like this. Kipo, yes, I will be putting this up on YouTube. This will be up later today, hopefully, if not sometime soon. Just as a general tutorial and information, I'll try to chop it up and make sure that it's not so lengthy and jazz for me just sitting here doodling a little bit. But I'd like you guys to start drawing with me, okay? Like when we're gonna do foot tutorials, let's draw together. Let's draw foot, feet. Feet, foot. Let's draw the things together, yeah? Do I use a gradient tool or just brush blending? Example, when I do coloring. Okay, yeah. Holy elf, I can totally go over that. That's a great idea. Okay, cool. But just for example, future reference, I use mostly brush blending. I do not use tools. I like blending it in my own way because it gives it a nice texture myself. Yes, Unicorn, you may, guys, please feel free to share your artwork so that we all can critique it and work together too on, you know, better practices and stuff together. Maybe something else will come up while we're drawing together. It's kind of like in-home classes where we all help each other, you know what I mean? So please, by all means, guys, link your stuff up. Let's see what's going on. What do you got? Get some feedback. Let's all get better together. Yeah. This Rammus isn't anything spectacular, but at least it's getting the idea kind of here. And actually his shell with his arm being up that high should be, he should be tilted more to the side. So, I'm missing some details on him too. I probably actually would ditch this. Rammus has some funky body stuff going on. So, to get this sketch really down, I would have to play with it for a while and try to figure out. Rammus has really funky body proportions. I think, personally. Like, here's his foot. Kind of built like a Digimon. Do 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 do. So he's gonna have rubble and stuff kind of coming up. I already gave you permission, Unicorn. It's fine. Go ahead. Link. Share your art, guys. Oh, Bergomes. You silly person, you. Again, to the people who will be listening to this on YouTube later, if you do. Also, yeah, you guys email me too. Let me know what you guys want to see. Even if you're not here or able to make it to the live streams that I'm providing. That's fine. I want to give back as much information as I can. I want to practice stuff with you guys. I want to learn more stuff with you guys. I want to reteach myself and teach you guys stuff at the same time too. Like, School was expensive for me, so let's go ahead and take those lessons and either reteach them or learn them myself and give you guys the information at the same time. Even if it's just, you know, little stuff like the little tips and tricks of Photoshop that I've learned over time. Some of you didn't actually know that, which is shocking, but hey, you know what? Let's learn it. Let me teach you. Hello, Mike. Do, 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 do. All right. So yeah, like I said, see how I'm just slowly kind of getting more detail in, and I gotta flip it and change it and monitor it, and sometimes sketches take a little while, but if it's something that you really like, cool. If it's not, then ditch it and move on. Or maybe you can salvage it. Just keep trying. If you don't like it, move on to another one. If you don't like it, move on to another one. If you don't like your other ones and you go back and you like your old one again, then do it. Like, don't be super hard on yourself and just let it flow. Just sketch, just draw. I really can't say enough of just draw, even if you don't like it. Like, just draw. Draw through it. Draw past it. If you need to take a break, go take a break and then come back and draw. If you really want to get good at something, you just have to keep doing it. And that's the best advice that I can give, is just keep doing it. Don't nag on yourself because it's not perfect right away. Sometimes it takes time, and unfortunately, those times could be days, months, years. Some people leave sketches alone for months at a time and then come back to it and finish it because they've learned something else throughout their experience and time while working on stuff, so... Don't beat yourself up because it's not perfect right away. It's alright to say it's not your best. Like, this isn't my best work, but I'm also trying to draw this in a very quick amount of time so that my tutorial doesn't go on for years and a half. I'm trying to teach myself to speed draw a little bit more, so this is also helpful for me. Like, you know, it's just new stuff. Oh, yes! Holy Elf Girl brings up a very, very good point. Lol scarf. Close enough. It is close enough to Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, that is cute, Forks. Forks is sharing art with us right now. yeah, guys, share your art. Let's get some critique. Let's go back and forth and talk some information. So, I'm gonna wrap it up soon here. This kind of ends the tutorial anyway, with just a general idea of kind of what I do and how I work on stuff. I will probably draw another Rammus later because he's fun. He's just a ball. And he's kind of a weird shape too. I wanna fix him so much more. Like I said, this isn't perfect for me. I want to fix a lot out of it. It's not quite what I want it to be. Oh yeah! Hey guys, here's another tip for you. This little thing right here is really nice. You use it under Transform, Control T. But it can help really fix your proportions if you're having any issues with it. Hit Control T, you'll get your regular scaling box, right? Well then right above it is this little grid thing, and that gives you that grid, and then you can push stuff around. Change them however you want. I could push this perspective so much more. So, we'll end it on this. I'm not quite indeedly set on this Rammus, this idea. I had a cool idea, and meh, it came out alright. So, yeah, Loki, I was just about to end it here, because I've gone on for an hour and 17 minutes. But like I said, I will have this saved out for later and post it up for later so you guys can come back and see it. But this is just my real quick tutorials for today, guys. I'll be going over more very specific things, such as going over feet tutorials. I'm going to try to sketch what I can and get some ideas out, and we'll just have sketch days too. If I don't have much to go over, we'll just draw together. We'll have up some good information, and maybe we'll come across some new tips and tricks together. You know, I came across the mesh tool. I actually don't know the name of it specifically, but it's just that nice little mesh-like feature that lets you draw over or change your proportions and stuff like that. It just puts it into a nice little gridding so that you can kind of finagle with it as you wish. So, and that's just kind of what you do, guys. You just sit here and you study. Okay, well, I don't like this so much, so what is with Rammus's face? And I'll just keep doing that. I'll keep looking at the model viewer and kind of draw out what he's got going on. He's just got his happy little face. And take your own spin to it too, guys. Like, if you're like, Rammus has a weird face, I don't know if I like it so much. Like, do what you want with it. Have some fun. He's an armadillo, for Pete's sake. Kind of hard to go wrong with how simple his face is. Like, he looks like a Bowser monster. Mario monster, which, you know, they have his King Bowser skin too. Or King Rammus, I should say, sorry. Which is just the recolor, but it's, you know, someone's a long-time League player when... Look at how derpy this is. So yeah. Just have fun with it, guys. Today's a really awkward sketch day for me. But But that's pretty much it. Like, you just go, haha, okay, I messed this up. Let's try a different brush. And this is just what I'll do when I'm bored or tired or not sure what I'm drawing. I'll do it all over the place and sketch, and maybe I'll just draw eyes for a day. Maybe I'll just draw noses for a day. Hello again, Pudge. See, this is just fun. I don't know why, but sometimes sketching when I really don't know what else to do, I'll just sketch eyes when I'm not sure what to do, and noses, and it's just nice to do when I'm kind of at a loss for what I kind of want to do or make. I'll just practice stuff that I know that I'm bad at, like side views. This is also nice too for when you're trying to create a character, just drawing different types of noses, like cat nose or human nose or maybe a big nose. Really, let's go overboard with a big nose. In a second. Do do do. Baby Swagger. Do I draw? Sometimes. Maybe. Possibly. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it. I'm just giving you guys, like I said, general practices, which was just sketching like crazy. I was having issues with Ramus, so I just kind of threw stuff around there, which I started just drawing eyes, started drawing noses, I could draw feet, you know, just getting an idea of stuff, starting to make sure of like, okay, maybe I want to, you know, I want a cat character, so I'm just going to draw cat-like noses and stuff like that. Maybe I need to practice my humans, so I'll draw humans. Noses from the front, side, back. Yeah, draw a nose from the back. What? Question mark? Rin doesn't make a whole lot of sense when she's trying to think and draw at the same time. But again, I hope you guys really did like the tutorial today and the information I had for earlier. I'm gonna crop it, cut it, and save it for later. That way you guys don't have to listen to me babble on or just be completely silent while I was doodling for a little bit there. But until then, I will be back next Tuesday with more information if you guys need anything else. If you guys are here for video games, stick around for later tonight. I do have the Guild Wars 2 stuff going on. As for tutorials, though, and art stuff, I am here every morning, except for Saturday and Sunday now with my new schedule. Saturday and Sunday are my days off. Every day, Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I can and will be working, and then Tuesdays is tutorial day, so that was the day that I will start off with tutorials and then go back to working, and then from there you guys can come hang out with me for video games and stuff later in the evening. Okay? Baby Swagger, just to answer your question, yes, I know how to draw Goku from Dragon Ball Z, but, you know, I probably won't draw him for a long time. I drew him a lot when I was little, though. Anyways, guys, I'll wrap this up now, and I will see you all later. Thank you again so much for your time. And I hope you all have a good day, okay? Again, email me any information that you guys want to know about or message me here on Twitch. I will get back to it and try to go over that content next Tuesday, okay? Have a good one, guys.